Ninja Gaiden has been around for a long time. I think you know that. I I know that. The couch knows that. My cat knows that. But when it comes to 3D Ninja Gaidens, the community has expectations on what features a Ninja Gaiden game should have. Interesting concept. And to drive this point home, I want to talk about Halo Infinite. No, hold on. I know. This is not is Ninja Gaiden a first-person shooter. That is not the name of this video. But what I want to talk about is that Halo Infinite is a first-person shooter with a long history. And in that long history, certain parts of the game have become community staples, things that players just expect to be there when you're playing Halo. Halo isn't Halo unless it has X thing, right? So I want to talk about what that might be, whether it's Griffball, ranked PvP Slayer, big team battle, custom games, or the big one, split screen campaign co-op. These lack of features that ended up happening to Halo Infinite, it lacked features when it came out. It was devastating to the game's reputation, and it makes me wonder, what features do we expect of a Ninja Gaiden title in general, and more importantly, more prevalent right now, what features do we expect of Ninja Gaiden 4? So let's take a look. In Ninja Gaiden 2004, way back, it was pretty bare bones. You had your weapons, your 4 Nimpo spells, and a few campaign difficulties, and that was it. You had normal, hard, and very hard. There were some DLC that came out. There was things like the Master Ninja Tournament and the Hurricane Packs that added content that would eventually become standard, mostly in later editions. Then in Ninja Gaiden Black, we started to see the franchise take its actual shape that we know it for today. When Black came out, we saw the introduction of the trials, individual scenarios with multiple difficulties. You could do Trial 1 or Trial 50 on normal, hard, very hard, and Master Ninja, right? And we also saw in the campaign the introduction of 2 new difficulties just for the non-trial based game. We saw Master Ninja mode and also Ninja Dog mode difficulty. And then in Ninja Gaiden Sigma, we received survival modes where you fight infinite enemies with a given weapon, speed challenges, and Rachel challenges. This is where we started seeing the returning feature later, but introduced for the first time, of playing as the female supporting cast. No longer did we just play as Ryu with the introduction of Sigma. Then in Ninja Gaiden 2, it released with no additional modes or content, but DLC would eventually add trials, or referred to then as missions, 8 of which were survival mode missions. The other thing Ninja Gaiden 2 had was the option to restart a save file but carry over all of your weapons and progress to the new save file, a New Game Plus. I don't remember if 2004 had this or not, but it's irrelevant. Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 changed things up drastically. It removed New Game Plus in favor of Chapter Challenge, which was like New Game Plus, but segmented. No item carryover between missions, no long style playthrough, more score based on how well you can do a particular chapter, rather than your accumulative score throughout an entire run. It also removed survival missions and converted normal missions to a co-op mode, where 2 players would tackle missions together. It also added in chapters to campaign to play as the female supporting cast and added them to the mission modes. Lastly, it added Ninja Race, which was not something we'd ever see again after this, but you would race through courses like it was a time trial. In fact, to this day, you can only find that mode in Sigma 2. In Ninja Gaiden 3, it released pretty bare bones with a single weapon. It added the Scythe and Claws as DLC weapons later, but what it did have we had never seen before. It had a multiplayer component, a 1v1 style dueling arena where your custom ninja would face off against other custom ninjas, leveling up and PvPing. Other than that, we had a few standard difficulties for Ninja Gaiden 3, but when Razor's Edge released, it upscaled Ninja Gaiden 3 to have the difficulty that had long replaced Ninja Dog mode, Hero mode, a safe game mode where death is close to impossible. You'll see this game mode in Sigma and Sigma 2 as well, but it also added in something we don't have anywhere else, Ultimate Ninja difficulty, a step up from the infamous Master Ninja, and a comprehensive trial mode where you could play as not only Ryu, but the female supporting cast once again. Additionally, a new feature was added to play through the story as any character, any level as well. and a skill tree system where you spent currency to unlock your abilities or upgrade weapons. No more Muramasa storefront feature for doing so. With all of this long history of varying side content, I want to ask you all, what was your favorite side content in Ninja Gaiden, and what do you think should return in Ninja Gaiden 4? Should we get the staples of trials or missions? Is a New Game Plus pivotal to the Ninja Gaiden experience, or are we okay with Chapter Challenge? Or maybe neither? Or should we see the return of PvP or co op play? Was multiplayer something we loved about Ninja Gaiden? And what about something entirely new? Is there room for something new and kick ass in Ninja Gaiden? Or have we hit the ceiling on what's possible? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, this burrito ninja is gonna go take a nap. See ya.